Hello, my fellow pet lovers. Welcome to yet another episode of Rafiki Paw. My name is Anita Waithera, and today we are in one of the coolest places in Nairobi. In this episode, we get to see how certain dogs are trained in terms of drug and explosive detection, and how to bridge that communication between humans and dogs. Stay tuned, guys.
Good morning. My name is Odundo. I'm a canine handler, trainer by profession for the past 7 years. Currently, I work with Diplomatic Protective Services. I'm their lead dog trainer. We do everything from security dog deployments, sentry and patrol, and detection services. All this is done at our controlled training facility. So today, I want to gladly welcome you guys all to my day in the life or the diaries of a dog handler. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. I hope you enjoy everything. Now we want to move to the next segment, which is whereby we want to show the capabilities of a dog which has been trained to apprehend and release of suspects. So in the upcoming demo, you'll see the dog working towards going to apprehend, fight, and then the handler will instruct the dog off the bite. So remember, the baseline of a security dog is all about control. So if you have a dog which can apprehend and cannot release the suspect, then you might be in trouble with the laws. Because at the end of the day, we train our dogs not to harm, but to be there to deter. But the baseline is the dog is not used to harm, but just to apprehend. So the dog is trained to hold on to soft spots onto the body, doesn't work on the red zones, that's the head, the groin, but the dog will apprehend the suspect either on the hands, where the suspect can present a threat to the dog. So in that case, the dog will be forced to disable or dismember that part. If it's the leg, the dog will go in with a very heavy bite. And I believe that the bite of a dog, once it gets you, my friend, you'll have to subdue to the pressure of the bite. So in this scenario, we'll just show you how we train the dog, how it does. With the dog which is, right now we want to do with it, it is a dog which is deployed and it's a working dog. So kindly sit tight, safety precautionary measures are taken, and just enjoy the show. Wazi. Who's come here? Okay. Stay. 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 Move, stay. Hey. Tá. Escolha. Vamos a confronto o Kishi. Tayari. Happy boy, good boy. Aus. Moose, aus. Come here. Come. Ngoja, sitampatia. Ngoja tu extend hand yako. Stay. Tukirudi nyuma steps mbili, uko tayari for the bite, sawa? Utatuconfront, tutachapa 1, 2, 3, umchape bite. Moose in between. Boy. Happy boy. Ingia, eh? Good boy. What are you in aus? Stand still. Moose, aus. Aus. Moose, aus. Good boy. Back. So the process that we are about to do, in this case, just as we saw in the other scenario, we first enable the dog to have a very proper hunt drive. And remember, this is instinctive. The dog is supposed to develop a very high hunt drive, then bring the hunt drive in different locations for the dog to continue searching. So in this scenario now, the dog is out in the field. Now here we want to do scent discrimination. So in this scenario, the dog is being introduced to the scent. So it's going to be a sit, a down, or a stay. Okay, let's go. Suk. Okay. Change. Come here. Sit. I'll task the dog to work in small sessions. So once the dog locates the target scent, it's going to go down on a sit, and then I'll pay. Pay is just I'll give her the best reward. So remember, these dogs are selected due to their high object orientation.
What is the importance of training your dog?
Training a dog is the most important thing you can actually gift your dog, yeah? Because one, you clearly make the role of the dog in the family or in a family setup, compound setup, to be really engraved or be known in the dog, yeah? Secondly, then the dog really knows exactly what is expected of him. So once this is there, it means that the dog has been trained on clear signals between the parent, the guardian, or anyone else. So it's very important the dog won't give in to the problematic behaviors which may arise in every other aspect that the dogs might give into. And above all, if you train your dog, then you get time to actually bond and understand your dog better. So remember, as we said earlier, it's all about understanding the dog and passing effective communication. So once you have a good, well-trained dog, then the communication flow between the dog and the owner is very clear. So it means that the many problematic issues people face with the dogs, they are down to the minimum. Yeah.
The science behind you talking to your dog and your dog understanding you and you don't speak the same language?
Okay. You know, this is very interesting because when I was starting out as an amateur, many times I found that the dog was the person who was training me. Because then I could not understand the clear behaviors. Dogs are very smart animals. So the science behind this is dogs learn through association. And this is one thing that a lot of trainers capitalize on. So I identify myself using very less force or coercion. I don't identify with those such kind of training, but identify myself training the dogs with the operant conditioning or classical conditioning. This is just a method whereby dog associates action, behavior, and reward. That's the only science I can tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the dog associates. The dog learns through association. So with intense consistency and repetition, with clear signals training, then dog will understand very well what you require from it. That's the principle that we employ in dog training.
For training a dog for security purposes, how do you train your dog? Like, for example, in scenarios of burglary, and the thieves or the burglars are using poisoned meat. So how do you train your dog for that?
Actually, that forms a very, very heavy toll, because remember, the tactics of the burglars won't come like the same way they did it. It's not a one tool fit it all. But what I can say in this topic is with scenario-based training on place. Yeah? Scenario-based training. What do I mean? Say if this is the compound we are tasked to protect, yeah, or the dog is tasked to protect this area, then you might present different scenarios that the dog or the thieves might employ, and up either your security first, so that if the thieves probably you think might throw in a poisoned meat, so you need to first find out which is the most common poison that thieves or these intruders use, yeah. Then after doing this, ensure that you poison proof the dog, yeah. I told you dog associates, so you train on a very controlled environment the dog against this substance. So even if it's placed on the meat, always teach the dog that this one is not good, but this one is good, yeah. So if the dog associates the two, they are the same thing but different. So you discriminate, like this one is bad but this one is okay. I think that is one approach that I'll take as a trainer. But we also have different forms of training that guys employ in training, but they're not limited, yeah. But as long as it does not hurt the dog and it works, I'll encourage the guy to do it. So we have different approaches, but as long as it's scientifically proved and it's not hurting the dog, then yeah.
One parting shot that you want to tell the dog owners or the guardians?
Okay, I'll start from a very personal conviction of myself, yeah. One, I say that the love you get from a dog is a pure love. On your good day, on your bad day, on your best day, on your forever day, your dog will be by your side. Many a times, sometimes you get to your home and the dog, actually the dog can sense stress levels in a human being. So sometimes you find the dog will come to try cuddle with you, but someone who does not understand effective communication, what the dog is trying to say, you find many people shrugging off the dog. But the person inside, the stress levels are too much. So you find that dogs can actually sense our emotional imbalances. So if you can capitalize on this, then I tell you, every day you're a happy person in this world.
No need for therapy.
No need, because you have a therapy. Like something else that I'd like to tell people is that owning a dog is not a part-time job. It's a full-time commitment. To me, I say that I get I get whole, satisfied, and I feel going home a victor every time I spend time with my dogs and train. So during this intense moment, both of us are sweating, the heart rate is high, adrenaline is pumping, so we are relating at the same level, and then we come cool down together. So I think that to me makes my day, every day, any day. If I don't get to hang out with the dogs, probably if I see other animals, I'll feel at home, but getting to spend time with the dogs always makes it up for me, any day, any time.
So if anyone needs your services, how can we access or how can we find you?
Probably you can get down to my Facebook page or my Twitter handle. Both of them is Viva Evans in Twitter. You can find me also in Viva Evans in Facebook, or you can follow down there where I leave my contacts. But the main thing is be there for your dog will be there for you. If you look for me, you're going to find me. And I tell a lot of big up to my mother company, Diplomatic Protective Services, for giving me the opportunity to have this time with them and to showcase what we have in this limited edition. But if you give me more time, one day you'll come when we are on our scenarios, get to hang out with us when we are working. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sawa, thanks.
That's all for today, guys. I hope you've learned a lot. I also learned a lot. I had fun shooting this particular episode. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and please ring that notification bell. Until next time, guys. See you.